All right, we are at TWC, the World Web3 Conference, Orlando, Florida, 2024. I am here with the wonderful Stefan.
Hello. Good
Hello,
to meet you.
how are you? Good to
man.
meet you, man. We've been speaking a little bit. There's
Yeah.
been a lot going on, I know.
Right.
But I would like for you to tell the world a little bit about yourself and how you came to be here today.
Sure. So my name's Stefan. As you can probably guess from my name, I'm German. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually coming from Germany. So
Straight here from Germany. We
I
love it.
live and work in Munich, which is the south of Germany.
Indeed.
I'm a media professional.
Nice.
I started my career in television a long time ago.
Okay. In Germany.
In Germany.
Oh, wow.
In
All
Germany.
right, got
Back
it.
in the day at MTV. Who remembers that?
Oh, wow, yeah. I remember MTV in Germany. I was born in Germany.
Oh,
and then,
fantastic.
Yes, and then I remember when I was a
Great.
kid, we came back, MTV in Germany.
Nice.
Yes,
Where were you born?
I was born in Gemmisheim.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and then we came back to Butzbach.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nice.
yes.
Wow, you've seen it all.
I've seen it all. My mother drove tour buses around the country. So
Fantastic.
Yes, I love it.
Great. Yeah, so early on moved away from television. I went on to work for Sky, which some of you might know is a pay TV provider.
Okay.
Very big in Europe.
Okay.
It's an ex-Murdoch company.
Oh, wow.
And they're really big in the UK, in Italy, and Germany.
Okay.
And this is where I really started my journey to go into like the web.
Oh,
and I
so
developed
first-
projects for the company that would not necessarily plug into the traditional television world.
So this is Web 1 at this point.
This is Web 1
all right,
or
so,
Web 2, whatever it's called.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was
Web
it the static
1.5.
images on the?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly,
All right. Cool.
Exactly.
Web 1.
This.
All right.
Good.
Okay.
Cool. And one of my last projects was actually a streaming platform, which
cool.
became the streaming platform today. And then a headhunter called me from London and said if I could imagine doing something similar for an electronic company.
Oh, cool.
And that electronic company was Apple.
Whoa,
and then I stayed there for
dope.
the next 10 years.
Wow.
And
That's amazing.
Yes, and I built with two colleagues. I built most of the video stores. So
Okay.
there was iTunes, TV, and movies back in the day.
Wow.
So we built that in all of Europe.
Amazing.
And then over the
Amazing.
years in 60 countries globally, including India,
Spread
Russia.
like wildfire.
Yes, I tell
man,
you.
that is amazing. That is beautiful. What was that? So you have a lot of people who are coming here who want to found their own, or they're founding their own companies. They have startups, and a lot of them can't see the road ahead. They know that it's going to be great because they're in tech. They're positioned well, right?
Exactly.
But what's it like to come up from starting in television and then going through tech? What is that like?
Great you're asking, because
Yeah.
I'm also a mentor for startups.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Well, we got the right person.
Exactly. So after my Apple career and being a CEO of a stock listed company, I founded my own company.
Oh,
so
cool.
actually, I'm an investor in
Wow.
startups.
Yes,
Like
yes,
early on.
Okay.
And this is how I ultimately came here.
Got you.
To go back to your initial question,
The guy
I got to know Jason through the other Jason, and this is how everything kind of
it's beautiful.
comes
Flourish.
together.
Yes.
So, but coming back to your question, I think first and foremost, the most important thing is you need to understand who you are, and
let's talk about it.
Yes,
Yeah,
because what I found with most of the founders is that they either it's forced on them or they believe they also need to be a great CEO. But the truth is, most of them are actually really good product people, or they have an idea, they want to solve a problem. Exactly. And this is what they should be good at. And we heard about this a little bit in the talks earlier.
Yeah.
How everyone gets distracted with all the other things like marketing, fundraising, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And this really takes it away from what they should really focus on. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges that you have as a young founder is to understand who you are and what you want to do. And I think there is no shame in finding someone who can actually, kind of cover the business side of things.
The way that you approach that, and so I was born in Germany, I can say this, it was like German engineering to a T.
Yeah.
Because you've approached it from when you ask someone, hey, I'm a founder, what do I need to do?
Yes.
They're like, oh, your marketing strategy, and have you done your SWOT analysis?
Yes.
You don't, of course that comes with things, but you should have a team for that? Is that what you're saying? You should know what you're good at as a founder, and what are you saying? Let me just make sure.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
I try to, and maybe, if there's one thing, if you ask me and I stayed 10 years at Apple.
Yes, okay.
So what have you learned?
Yeah,
and
okay,
the one thing is focus, right? So I remember I tell this story all the time to founders, so I can share it with you now. Steve, I was at the time there when Steve was still there, and he told the story once in an internal meeting. An engineer had a great idea, and he came up to him and said, like, look, your idea is probably better on what we're working right now, but honestly, we're working on this right now, and when we're done, we're gonna focus on something else.
The next one,
He says, I have thousands of people emailing me every day with great ideas, and some of them are fantastic, but we focus. And I think that's, again, we had it here this morning.
You were attacking me. I feel attacked. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So focus.
Yes,
and
sir. Wow.
do one thing at a time.
Yeah.
And I think it's really hard today because everything's so noisy.
Yes.
Camera, social media, everything's going on. Right?
So how?
How you do focusing?
Yep.
Honestly, I think, unfortunately, the only thing you can do is really sit down and start of like, go through it. What do you want to achieve, and what are you good at?
Yeah.
And be very honest with yourself what you're not good at.
Okay.
And that's not a shame. And I disagree. Some people say, oh, you can learn this and that. I don't think so. It's either you have it in you or you don't.
Or you don't.
And if you don't have it in you, again, it's not a shame. You will find someone who is really good at that. Exactly.
It's community.
Thank you. Community is everything. Networking is everything. Because this is how you find people.
Your network is your net worth. And that's
100%.
Oh man, you have me going. What is you're like zen about this. So now I want to know, what is your like daily routine? Do you get up? Do you like meditate, or like what do you do?
None of that.
You don't do any of that?
No. The only thing I do is when I get up in the morning, I kind of need like a couple of minutes to myself. I like totally undistracted, so I don't look at the phone.
Yes.
Right this morning at the hotel room, I actually just watched morning TV. So like brain, let
numbing,
it just, exactly. Slowly start waking up, having a first coffee, and then get ready for the day.
So you have an intention in mind, though, at least for your day.
Yes.
So do you check your calendar the day before? Or you just kind of wing it, or what?
I'll try to. Yeah,
oh, wow.
I'll try to.
And this is what we need to hear.
I've actually look at my watch. It actually has set.
I see
in
that.
the center. It has
all of his little.
Yes.
That's dope.
So
because
thanks,
we
Apple.
hear that. Yeah, we hear that. Like we hear the story of no, you got to wake up at 5 a.m. and you got to.
I hear those stories too, and I always feel bad. Go like, Jesus, why can't I do it?
Yeah. So what is that like? So
to me, it's a process.
Yeah.
So when I kind of recalibrated my career 4 years ago after I got out of corporate.
Yeah.
As I said, was a CEO of a stock listed company. It's a very different world, and I really wanted to build this. Today. I wanted to have my startups and want to help them with my network and everything.
It's amazing.
And that was the last 4 years was exactly. I was an entrepreneur myself without really knowing. And
that's a big one too.
I did. I looked left and right. It had thousands of things I was interested in.
Yeah.
And it becomes a natural funnel. So
that brings you to it.
You just keep going.
Intention.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
Keep going.
Yes.
You have an idea. You have a gut feeling what you want to do. Keep going.
It'll lead
it
you
will
to
all
it.
fall into place.
Man, this is so beautiful right now. Like. Everybody thinks that this is hoopla and frou-frou, but you see someone who's done it and they're using it. So we're not crazy, right? Like when we're like, yo, just set an intention and go after that intention every single day, you'll get to what you want.
Yeah.
It's so cool to hear you say that, man. So what else? Like we need some more words of wisdom. What else do you want to tell people? Because we're coming here to learn. Right? All these people are here to learn.
Fantastic.
What do you want to tell people who are coming here to learn?
So I think one of the biggest lessons, and that's one that I have actually unintentionally learned myself, is really it's a very old one.
Yeah.
Always get up once more that you got hit.
Yes.
And I've seen so many people also now that I'm mentor for startups in 5 programs.
Yeah.
And I can already tell who's going to make it and not. Because I've seen so many things.
Yeah.
And the ones that always go the extra mile.
Right.
The ones that always reply to your email at 12 at night.
Yep.
Those are the ones that are going to make it.
That make it.
And call it passion, call
whatever
it calling.
They just know.
Call it discipline.
They know.
Exactly. It's in them. And if you ask them, they say, well, to me, it doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't.
Or they say, it's my calling, so I have to do it.
It's my purpose.
Yes, exactly.
And those are the people. This is love. You don't know how much energy you're bringing here. You do
Oh,
know,
love
but
it.
I have to tell you, I can't explain how much energy you're bringing here, and the people who watch this are going.
Fantastic.
This is going to be transformative. So thank you so much.
Thank you so
man.
much for your time.
What are all of your socials? We got to follow you. Where,
All
where
right,
you at?
please
How do
do
we get
so.
to you?
I'm on. I think the easiest way is probably LinkedIn. 'Cause
Okay,
this is where I
like
share,
that.
share
Most
the
people
most.
say Twitter, so go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly. But Twitter is not so super big. In Germany.
Oh, okay. So
and,
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn I
Okay.
think is good. This is where I try to keep most of my professional findings.
Okay. So we'll put all that up there.
yeah, please.
But tell us, what is it? Your LinkedIn. What's your name on LinkedIn? It's just your
So
first
it's
and last?
just my full name,
Okay.
Stefan Langefeld. So you'll find me
so
there.
we'll get that up.
It's
We'll put it
easy.
on the screen. Don't worry about it. I
Yes.
just wanted to hear you say it.
Down
man.
there.
All right. So
Alrighty,
you've seen
thank
it
you
here
so much,
first.
guys.
TWC, Orlando, Florida, 2024. If you're not here, where you at? Peace.
Right, thank you.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right, man. That was great. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it.
I love
I
it
will-
too.